Rescue, data and repair. My name is Dr. Ben and today I want to introduce you the new way of JC for repairing the Face ID dot projector issue without even soldering. Let's directly go. Do you want to continue burn? We say yes. Data is being written. What? Have a look what JC now says. What we have from JC, thanks to DIY fix, to phone fix at this point for making the new products every time. So what we have here is the dot matrix board for the JC V1S, V1SE, V1S Pro. And what we can do with that is just reading the data out of the old dot projector and write them to the new JC ID tag on flex, and then just put on the tag on flex to the flex cable of the dot projector, and we have a working Face ID without even soldering. That's the theory, and we want to check if this works. I already checked before as I was preparing this video. So JC says you can work with the V1S or V1SE with this board, external power source, 5 volts USB-C. And the JC repair suite, or you can take the V1S Pro and you don't need the JC repair suite, so just stand alone. So I took my V1S Pro out of the original box. The last time I used it was at the review. Tim, did you remember?
Yes. And
I was really disappointed because most of the functions weren't working, like the camera function and unbinding functions, whatever. So I laid by side. I was working a lot with I2C products, and today, because I wanted to do the review for the dot matrix board, for the activation board for dot matrix, I just thought, okay, let's do an update for the V1S Pro, get it to the latest software version, and have a look. Perhaps some functions work now, but I'm disappointed again, because here the functions like camera don't work, unbinding don't work, finger don't work. Everything is upgrading soon in weeks. So that is a thing I just don't like at all. And even if I'm a JC ambassador and I love JC for their products, but this is not good. Work on that and make it better. So that's my hint for you. And the next thing, which I really don't like at all, is I just wanted to prepare the video so I can show you in a fast way which steps you need to use for activating the tag on flex and get a working Face ID again. So I was just updating my V1SE to the latest firmware version, getting the dot matrix board on it and connecting to the PC, and I want to show you what happens. So you start your JC Repair Assistant. It's on the latest version with 1.2.01.32. If you connect your V1SE, you don't have a point like activation. So that's what it's all about. We need to activate the original dot projector for the tag on flex. What is happening there is just you inject voltage to blow the MOSFET, and after that you can use a tag on flex with that, because the old chip in the dot projector isn't read anymore at all. Therefore you need an option in the software like activate, but there isn't. I was going through all these steps. I wrote JC, I got no answer. I just had a look on YouTube, on the internet, at the JC website, nothing. So there is actually no way to use your V1S or V1SE to activate the dot projector, the original dot projector for the tag on flex. If you know a solution for that, just tell me that. That's what I, with my research, found. It was nothing, but with the V1S Pro it works. So actually, if you want to use the dot matrix board, you need a V1S Pro. And the problem is that the V1S Pro has a lot of functions which are not working at the moment. So you have to decide if you want to buy that device, or if you say, I wait until JC will update their JC ID repair assistant with the activation function. I think that should be not a problem, so you don't need to buy a new programmer. You can just wait for the software update. So I take the board out of the V1 SE because this doesn't work at all, and I just connect the board to the V1S Pro. And the V1S Pro is a really beautiful device from the look, Tim. It looks nice, it has a nice haptic and a nice touch screen, everything fine. The only thing I don't like is that JC announces functions which don't work at all, and the device is on the market for a long time now. So normally the functions should be there, but they aren't. So enough, I don't want to say anything bad, it's just the truth, and if I review something, I have to say the truth, or not, Tim?
Of course.
Here we have an iPhone 11 with a true depth camera system issue. Face ID has been deactivated. We have a problem with the dot projector. The Romeo IC inside the dot projector is broken. So what we need to do now for operate with this method is you need to boot up the phone. To boot up the iPhone with the true depth camera system connected. It needs to be connected on the boot up of the phone. So after you booted up the phone, you just need to disconnect the dot projector, the complete true depth camera system with the dot projector, the front camera and the infrared camera. After you did that, you just need to connect your iPhone to your V1S Pro, and you need to trust the V1S Pro. So I already trusted because I was figuring out before, and so I just already did that, and I already did the cloud backup. It's just like I needed to figuring out before. So we do that again. So we just connect the dot projector directly to this board, and then we click on the left button on cloud save. And that's pretty important. Not local save, do a cloud save. Data backup succeed, okay? So we can click on detect to see that the dot projector has really an issue. So app normal. Now we need to activate, and on this module we have a USB-C port here. Important is it's not 5-volt USB like on the I2C. I2C works with less current to destroy the MOSFET. What's behind? We need to inject voltage into the flex cable, into the connector, so that the MOSFET blows away and the chip on the tag-on flex can be activated, okay? That is what is needed to do. On the Refox, on Mijing, on AY, whatever, they all have 19 volts on, I don't know how many amps, but 19 volts. Here, what we use now is a MacBook charger with 87 watt and a USB-C cable, because this don't works with 5-volt USB. You can even take a 45 watt adapter, whatever, but it doesn't work with a normal 5-volt USB connection. So no way. What I have here is a MacBook charger USB-C to USB-C connected to the dot matrix board, and then we just go on activate. What we can see here, phone state is okay, model state is okay, PD power, pretty important. If you would connect it to 5-volt, you would get a red X and it wouldn't work. Is okay, network is okay, and we can activate. So now we just click on activate. Read is successfully. Now the operation starts, and we need to wait until we can see activation failure. Please retry. So we just try it again to activate the MOSFET in this situation, or to blow up the MOSFET in this situation. Read successfully and activate failure. Please retry. For me, this is a situation, so please JC, don't misunderstood that, but you sell a board like this, like the activation board for the dot matrix, okay? A dot matrix board for activate the dot projector, the old dot projector for a new tag-on flex. So you sell a board, no information at all. How many current do I need? Which power adapter do I need? Nothing. So Normally this comes, you see USB-C cable, you think, okay, you need 5 volt USB, not a problem. So that is what I think at first. There is no information about that. So now it's like we don't know how to activate, because even with a big MacBook charger and 87 watt, we can't activate the dot matrix or the dot projector for the tag-on flex. So what can we do now? So we click on activate again. We click on activate here. Unactivated at moment. Let's see. It says remains 1. That's the next thing which I can't understand. Read successfully and now wait if something will happen or not. Normally, so if I buy an AY programmer, I get a programmer, I get the boards, I get the power source, I get a software, and it works, okay? So if I buy I2C, it works. If I buy Refox, it works. But here I have the issue, I buy a board, JC says, okay, this works fine with the V1S or V1SE, whatever. It doesn't work because software not supported. I can throw it away. So I have to buy an expensive V1S Pro, or not Tim. So then I buy the V1S Pro, advertised with many features which doesn't work at all. Now, okay, the dot matrix board only works with the V1S Pro at the moment. Get it to that. Need to have a look. Which power source, whatever. Now it says, I can't activate anymore. You only have 3 tries. 3 tries. After that, I can't click on activate anymore at all. So what the heck? What the heck? What I will do now is just, Tim, we just get from my table, on the top of my table, there is the Mijing. So Tim just got my Mijing ZH01 and people really, and this goes to JC. I wanted to do. Today I was so happy. I said to Tim, let us make a nice video for showing people how to use JC tools to do the tag-on method. Or not, Tim?
Yes.
That was my plan. So now I'm sitting here in a video and things happen which are just like, I can't understand why do you sell things which are not ready. So I disconnect the power source now, and now I do something which really breaks my heart, but I have to do it. I show you how it works, how easy it works with the Mijing or with the AY or with the I2C. In this case, I just take the Mijing now. So what we have here is a programmer. So we have a dot matrix board, dot matrix activation board for this programmer. So here 3 remains nothing. So I can't activate it anymore at all. The phone has been booted up. The TrueDepth camera system was connected to the phone. So all is fine, and we do that with the Mijing ZH01 now, or we can do only the activation and use then the the JC Flex, whatever. Let us try it and show people how easy and fast it can be if you just switch the method, because this is really a mess, and JC, you should work on your tools, really. So now we connect external power source, all is fine. We connect the phone directly to the PC. We start the Mijing software. So the phone is connected to the PC. The TrueDepth camera system was connected to the phone. On booting up the phone, that is what is pretty important at this point. Then you have to start the software. It says ready. Then we just say enter recovery. Wait a short time until the phone comes to recovery mode. So now we just click on cloud backup. Okay. After you did the cloud backup, you just need to click on activate. Yes, I want to activate. Okay, perfect. The IC is fused now, and everything is fine. After we did the activation with the Mijing, because our JC V1S Pro didn't want it to do it like it should, we try if we can write this iPhone 11 tag on flex. So we connected to here. Connect the phone. Now we click on Open File and we click on Cloud File. We click on Select because we did a cloud backup, and then burning will override the original data. Do you want to continue burn? We say yes. Data is being written. What? You. Have a look what JC now says. I don't want to do a video where I'm angry with JC Tim, but this is... If I would manufacture such a thing, people would give me a kill shot. Now they say, complete writing. This FPC is delivered before the 10th of March. Now we have the 14th of March, by the way. Please adjust the working sequence of the chip before installing. So they did a mistake in the design of these tag-on flexes, and now you need to work under the microscope and to scratch. JC, really, I will get this video online anyway if it works or not, okay? Because I'm angry, really. We go under the microscope in a video where we didn't want to use a microscope or a soldering station or anything. Okay, but we do it. Let us have a look. Do you see this chip here? And do you see the coding here? So now you need to work under the microscope. At repair, really, I tell you, if I had been doing a normal Face ID repair in this way, a normal old school Face ID repair with dismounting, the dart projector out from the prism, and so on and so on, I would be faster as this here. And this is something which people who want to use a tag-on flex won't do. They won't do it. So you sell flex cables for a lot of money, and then you come and say, oh, you need to cut lines. People will hate you for that. Trust me. Do you see this line here? You have to cut this line. You have to cut this line, okay? That is what JC says. Please cut this line. So we cut this line. Not a problem at all. Cut it. Cut it. But do I really need to do that? Do I really need to do a thing like that if I want to use a tag-on flex method without having trouble?
It's just sad.
This is really sad. I'm so sad for that. Really. Really. So now I need to connect the tag-on flex to that. We say okay, we did that cut, and we connect it to this board here, and let us see what it says if we click on detect. And it still says abnormal. It still says abnormal. It still says abnormal. And if we write, let us do it. I'm really as hell. I click on detect. I did everything right. Everything right. Okay? Not work. Okay. So if we now disconnect this cable on which we have to scratch, I just do it here like that, and I will put it into the next basket. This is so, and if we now just take something like a Mijing one, okay, let us take a Mijing one. Do we have something here for the iPhone 11 from Mijing? 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max. Do we have something here which we can use for Mijing? Would be great if we had it. If not, not a problem at all. But I want to show you that it, no, don't take one. So I don't have a Mijing here, but if we now want to write data, I just get an 11 Pro and have a look. So we just connect our phone to the PC now. Start the Mijing software. Okay? Start the Mijing software. And if we say now we want to perform a cloud burn, we take the Face ID data, we say yes, and we write it down to the chip, and it works without any issues. If we connect this now here just for a quick test, we connect it to the iPhone 11 FPC here, and you see I'm angry. I'm really like this here because I'm so fucking angry for that whole situation, for really that the whole situation is a mess. So we need to connect it down to the board here. And you see here, Tim?
Everything normal?
Everything normal with the Mijing flags. Not a problem at all, okay? So, everything normal with the Mijing flags, the flags of JC. So, the whole situation, Tim, we get this video online anyway. If JC is angry with me, be angry with me. It's, you manufacture a V1S Pro, which comes advertised with functions it doesn't have. They will come in weeks, you say. Until now, until today, after a month, nothing. Then you say, okay, we do dot matrix board for activation and repairing Face ID, whatever, without even soldering. Then you get the board. You don't write anything about the power source which is needed for do the activation process. Then it doesn't work with your V1SE. You advertise it works with the V1S and V1SE. Your software doesn't support that. Then for the V1S Pro, you can't activate the chips. So and then the last thing which comes, you need to scratch on your fresh manufactured flex cables. We have the 14th. You say, oh, the cables which are produced before the 10th? Was ist verarschen? You scam people. You sell people things which are for the next basket. And even I bought a lot of them things for Smart Part Star. I will destroy them. I will get them back. I want my money back, and that's not good, JC. Think about that. And if you want that I represent your brand and tell people that the brand is good, then work on your goods. I'm out. Peace, Dr. Ben.